did. The shepherd knew that the sheep constantly had a tendency to jump the fence and get caught in bushels, and who's waiting outside? The wolf. So now what happens is the sheep is constantly getting itself in a pickle, and then when they get in the pickle, the shepherd now has to leave all the other sheep and come and get that one knucklehead out the bushes. And it's just like us. We can't judge the sheep too much, because here's God saying, man, I'm giving you everything you need. And constantly, many of us will look over that fence and go, but some other stuff out there, I'm thinking maybe I can get that too and then jump back over and then be good. But it never works that way. Soon as you jump that fence, the wolf is always there. In fact, the wolf is the one that's dangling it out there, saying, come on over and get this. And soon as you jump out there, now you're going, meh. And here comes the shepherd saying, I should leave you out there. I should let the wolf have you. But because I love you, my love overrides my judgment. It overrides my what do you call it? Consequence. There it is. The consequence that should happen to you. And God comes and gets us. I was watching, anybody ever watch that show, I Shouldn't Be Alive? Oh, that's good. I stayed up to like 2:30 in the morning last night. I was like, what am I doing? You know they suck you in because they show you the next episode. Come on. So I'm watching the one episode. It's about 1 o'clock. I'm like, all right, I'm about to shut it down. Next up. What happens when three men are left in the middle of nowhere? And I'm sitting there like, what happens? No, I got to know. Next thing, 2 o'clock, I'm still sipping coffee trying to keep it together. Find out. You know, and you set yourself up because you start off, well, I'm just going to watch the first 5 minutes. And then you watch it, you might as well just go ahead and call it a night. It's an all night. And they showing me every one of these people was out doing stuff that normal people don't do. Risky stuff. I mean, why would you be like, these dudes are like, okay, we're going to go out and we're going to take some pictures in the most remote place of Africa. Right off grip, that's a problem. The most remote place. I mean, ain't nobody there. You know what I'm saying? They fly out there, the plane crashes, and now all 3 of them stuck. And they send the only brother that survived to go for help. And the brother wasn't on it. It was 3 white guys and 1 brother. He was a guy. He's from Africa. He's like, I would not go. It was so funny. I was like, I cracked up, man. They had to make this dude go for help, man. 2 of them broke their back. They couldn't even move. The other dude's foot was hanging off, so they were like, you got to go. He told him, like, you know, what you died. And he kept it real. Finally, he decided to go, but he still didn't bring back help. My man just walked off into the bushes, never came back. Now, what's hilarious about that is here's 3 guys helpless. They're now the sheep. They went on something dangerous, chasing some adventure, and now they stuck. And the elements is killing them. And the one dude, even though his back was broke, he's like, man, I'm a little bit more mobile than the rest of y'all. So he gets up on a stick and he goes walking off into the bushes as if to some help. He walked into the snail's face, man. Back in about 2 hours. Oh, man. So what happened is, the rescue copter had to come get him, and when they got him, they were hours away from death. And it showed that God has to rescue us. Yeah. They couldn't have been up to talking about, hey, they didn't even have the strength to do that. They were solely at the mercy of their rescuer. And the same thing with us. When we look at our life, the only protection we have is Jesus Christ. Yes. When we get ourselves in a pickle, it is his rod that reaches into the bushel and pulls us out. That's what the rod was there for. It was to guide the sheep and keep the sheep on the right path. And the sheep could feel that, and it give the sheep comfort. So here you are, you walking with all the sheep, and you go drifting, and he puts that rod out there, and he puts you right back in place. And you're like, I feel the comfort of my master. I know that he's with me, and it gives me comfort in knowing that he will protect me. And so he says, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Now look at the God we serve. Yeah, we know that the enemy is outside the gates and outside the bushes looking, and he's like, man, I love to get at them Christians. Oh, them students up in there coming to Bible study talking about, oh, I'm about to get myself together. I love Jesus. I'm about to feed myself with the word. But I tell you what, if they step out of place, I'm going to eat all. Now, here he is outside. But long as you stay in the pasture of God, that's all he can do is watch you eat. That's all he can do is see you be blessed by God. Long as you stay within that fence, you sitting there eating like na-na-na-na boo, and there's nothing he can do. I learned that from the kindergartners. They get you with that na-na-na-na boo. You know, I work at a school, and the kindergartners are great, man. You know, one dude came in today emotional. I called him Carl Thomas. Like, you are emotional, man. What are you, rock dress, man? I mean, no. You know, the kindergarten, they still used to daycare. Can't get the nap in no more. And they adjusted too well to it. And every once in a while, one of them gets sensitive. And, you know, there's nothing soft about me. I hate to say it. It's like I almost forgot I was ever a kid. And, you know, so, you know, I'd be like, boy, what you crying for? You know, and he'd be like, hey, well, my mama. Yeah. Want your mama? You know, hey kids, he said he wanted his mama. And they all like, he's a baby. Come on kids. Nana boo. I know that kid gonna have psychological issues. They used to sing nana boo. And let's bring Kevin out. They always set you up till you coming for something else. You know, yeah, you're doing a contribute to all teachers. I'll be like, yeah, I'll show up and come out. So actually, we brought you here. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what I do. What do you have to say to this little guy now? No. But anyway, you know, we can sit back and taunt the enemy because God has given us everything we need and he's our protector. Long as you ever be behind your mom or your big brother or somebody and you talking trash. Oh, I had a big brother who was crazy and deranged. He was nuts. And I would go out and cats would mess with me as soon as they hear the last name. Or as soon as they hear, man, I'm going to go get my brother, Tony. They'd be like, oh, Tony. Tony who? I say that last name. No, wait a minute now. Their whole attitude changed. And I feel like, man, I can talk trash now because of my brother. The protection that I had because of my family's reputation. All of that stuff made me feel invincible. And I was able to go around my enemies and just be like, what it is, man. You can't do nothing to me unless you want to pay the price. Same thing as we walk in Jesus Christ. When he protects us, he said, look, I will make your enemy your footstool. You just stay within my protection. If you let me continue to be your shepherd and watch over you, you can sit right in front of the devil and eat and not have to worry about him putting one finger on you. And so he says, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemy. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Meaning God has put his stamp of approval and his own anointing and touch on you. He's put his glory on you. And then not only that, he blesses you abundantly to where your cup runneth over. Anytime you see a cup overflowing, you have enough. You ever been somewhere where somebody say, baby, I'm going to bless you more than what you can actually stand? If you don't believe me, go to like a grandmother's cookout or something like that. And my grandmother, she'd be like, I'm done, I'm full. And she'd be like, baby, I cooked some pecan cake and some pie. I'm going to go get it. No, I can't eat them. No, baby, here, you need to try this. And they keep feeding you, You're like, I've had enough. And they still bringing more food out. No, you ain't had enough. Eat some of your mashed potatoes. And you like, oh my gosh, you are killing me here. You're overfeeding me. I'm done. I'm pushing the place away. Imagine how God blesses us so much. When he blesses you, it's so great that you like, Lord, I don't deserve it. This is too much. You know, I know sometimes we look like, man, is it ever going to get better? But when your ship come in, and when God finally blesses you, he's going to open up the door and pour a window and pour out a blessing that you can't even hold. You're going to be like, man, my blessing is so big, it's running over, and other people are being blessed from my blessing. Now, that's a blessing. When you go, man, let me bless others because I'm so blessed. All of you in here that are getting your education, it is not so you can go off and get rich and be famous and do whatever it is that you do and live your life as a blessed person. It is so you can take what God has blessed you with and bless others. Yes. When he say, I'm giving you your education and you become this and that, all of a sudden your cup start paying off bills and you got a little change to spare, you can pinch off here and there. Man, start blessing somebody. Showing people that you're not here just to gorge and eat off the buffet and not share. And so he says, I'm going to bless you to where your cup is running over. And then finally he drops it on us like this. And he says, surely goodness and mercy. Now goodness is something that we shown up do not deserve. You can't make somebody be good to you. And see, God is incredible because, see, he is good to us even when we're not good to him. See, we're not like him. We might be good to you if you're good to us. But for somebody to constantly be dogging you and wishy-washy and you don't know if you their friend or not, and you're still good to them, that's a real heart that God is looking for. And God is good. He said, surely goodness and mercy will chase you down. Now, you talking about mercy, that's something we all need. See, you can't really appreciate mercy until you get saved. Meaning this, if you don't know the Lord and you get saved, you like, I thank God that when I was out there, it was his mercy. Now, mercy is undeserved. Mercy is you are actually caught doing something. You got caught, I'm talking, they bust in the door, you got the gun in the hand and still smoking, all the bodies are laying around, you like, what? And they go, did you just kill everybody? Yes, I can't even lie. Look here, man. Get out of here. And you like, what? Hey, get out of here. I just run. And you did. And you're going, why did they let me go? I should have been shot. I should have been in jail. You don't even understand why they let you go. So that's what mercy is. You're absolutely caught red-handed, and some reason God says, I am going to let you go. And you going, I didn't deserve it. You shocked that he let you go. I told y'all about time I was riding dirty. I got a motorcycle, and I you know how brothers are. I mean, I couldn't wait. You know, I'm riding completely dirty. I didn't have no motorcycle license and no license plate on it. All I had was gear. You know, we like to look sweet. Instead of investing that money in a license and a license plate, I buy helmets and gloves and all this. I'm like, I'm gonna look sweet. Then I'm riding around the whole city. I ain't just taking up the street and back. I'm all out of my neighborhood. I'm up there by the church. Sure enough, man, I see a cop car go this way and I'm going this way. And for some reason, you know, the problem is men look at motorcycles. And he probably wouldn't even pay attention, but he was fascinated by the bike and he noticed, I don't even know how he noticed because he was going out this direction. He must have looked in his mirror and he saw I have a license plate on. Now, as soon as he saw that, I saw him hit the U-turn him up, you know. Anytime the cops